Bonjour! In a view to expand my cinematographic culture, I come with this new concept I am about to get myself to do. The rules are to watch the entire filmography of a director, one movie a day chronologically, every day until complete, and then recording my thoughts about the movies. This first edition will be about Wes Anderson, because I'm a basic millennial, so... No, but this is an artist whose work I've been really interested in. I love the aesthetic, the dialogues, the materiality of his shots, and the overall pleasantness and charm of the whole thing. It feels like everything is a doll set. It's not just adorable, like his attention to details, so that everything flows a bit magically. And not only his past world strong universe. I've already seen a big part of his filmography, 4 of his films, 2 of which I've seen in cinema. I loved every of them. I saw Fantastic Mr. Fox 3 times, and The Conquered Nation still does its job, and it still is my favorite. My second favorite is Moonrise Kingdom because of its story. I Love Dark a bit less, and I also really liked the Budapest Hotel and its adventure. These 4 last movies are the one I was the most interested in seeing, and I suppose that they will stay my favorite. Maybe because they are the most finalized and extreme in their universe and in their style. But we'll see. Disclaimer, my plan here is not to watch dumbly or the movies that I heard everyone had to watch. Because I'm not saying that it cannot give a good surprise. But first of all, I think we shouldn't have to watch movies. Like, we cannot like everything, and we must not, and it would end up being counterproductive. And secondly, as I said before, it is part of a quest for me to understand how to tell stories, how to shoot it. So today we'll begin with Wes Anderson's first movie, Bottle Rocket from 1992. I decided not to read anything about the movie to keep it a surprise, so I've nothing more to say. Let's go. So, it was great. The energy is already there, the dialogues are already there. It's not quite as magical as his last movies, but in a way, like, it's more realistic. We have a road trip, which is great, because I don't think I love something more than road trips. Problem is, which is also not a problem, but they're doing hold-ups, and that's a bit disappointing, because I always thought it's an easy way to... For me, anything that's illegal is like too easy to tell, because the characters choose to fuck the life up. The beginning is great, the first part is great until eventually the road trip stops. Outsiders and immigrants, they're burglars and everything goes wrong. I won't say the ending is meaningless, it's not, it's really melancholic. We already have a bit of the fetus, but not in such an extreme way. It's a bit messy, they go on in circles. We'll come back tomorrow with Rushmore. Okay, Rushmore. I think it was better. The story is more complex. It goes back and forth between situations. It has less of the magical development that we have in the latest movies, but we have the themes, a lot like Moonrise Kingdom, of the plays, the children's acting like adults. There was no subtitles, so I didn't understand everything. In a way, it was more efficient, more fun, but in the same time, you have a slow evolution. There's a correlation between the really structured part of the thing. The story is nice. The love story is nice, even if, like, it's a bit confused. In a way, we have the ambition and the exactness of Wes Anderson, but in another way, it's a bit messy, bit like life, but like, I don't know. By the way, I'm not doing a critic, I'm just talking about the movie. See you tomorrow. The Royal Tennenbaum, I didn't like it. It was my least favorite, and I'm a bit disappointed because it was one of the few that I had seen some stills and images from it. I really liked the opening, but like all the characters were lost in life. You know, the dying parent trying to make up with his family. It was just not interesting. I didn't get attached to the characters. The universe is still really specific and charming. The shots and the sets and I didn't care. I wasn't emotionally involved. Tomorrow is the live aquatic with Steve Zissu. So yeah, we'll see that. But I was really bored and out of it. The huge set with the cut in half boat was really fun, and the animated sea animals were great. It does create a dynamic with this group of characters. I just stayed out of it. We still have the same characters that are lost in life, so I'm not quite as much motivated, but I'm still gonna continue. It's okay because there is only one left that I haven't seen, and the others I know that they're good, even if I've already watched them. This one was fun. It was shorter, it was lighter, more suggested. It was a road trip. It was not how I expected it to be. The story in itself is a bit poor, and the film too. Okay, it's nice, it's beautiful, but there's nothing new in the story, and the dialogues are not amazing. Maybe it's a bit too sober for me. I don't know, but when they talk, it's a bit empty. There was not much going on. For the story in itself, I've only seen them burning in slow motion with pop music. Anyway, tomorrow is Fantastic Mr. Fox. Something I know very well because I've already seen it 4 times. So the rest of this journey is not gonna be surprising anymore. It will be nice. It was so good. It was so great. This is definitely one of my favorite movies. Everything is perfect. Every shot, every line, every movement is perfect. And it is so charming. Even after a 4th viewing, I think I'll never get bored of it. Wait, then it might be a childhood movie for me. I'm so happy. This is the movie that I'll be watching every time I get sad. This is a masterpiece. Everything is perfect. I'm so happy I'm doing this. I can't wait to watch the 3 other ones, especially for Moonrise Kingdom. So charming and perfect. Tomorrow we'll have Moonrise Kingdom. Moonrise Kingdom, aka my childhood fantasy, aka ultimate Lana Del Rey fantasy. Anderson movies are getting more and more surreal and calculated. There is less room for the human disorder, because even chaos is really structured, but in a way it magnifies it. There is a constant flow of visual ideas for the eyes. There is constant movement, and the rhythm is approaching perfection. And if Anderson is getting closer and closer to something, I don't know what it is. In a way, he's having more and more liberty because he has more budget, which means that he has more and more control over reality. And the animation for him is the climax of that. And there's the young Lucas Edges. I didn't know. For those who don't know who he is, he's my future husband, so the solidarity is adorable. Moi aussi j'ai fait les gens bourrés. Each one of his movies have their own universe, his own world, place, time of action, visual identity. I'm just getting a little tired of his directing tricks. Maybe I'm overdosing, maybe it's because I saw these ones. Tilda Swinton is adorable. She looks a bit like Claude in this movie. On the story, obviously it's my favorite. The suicide is not cool. 2 movies left. This one is also really great. It's an adventure. I love his beginnings with the voiceover that tells things as they happen on the screen, and I wonder why we cannot make a whole movie like that. It's something that really concerns me. I know it's weird, like I know it's about tension and like scenes, but yeah, it's completely efficient. We take the same actors and we do it all over again. There's everyone, the whole crew, plus Saoirse Ronan, which I love. And look, it still is a constant treat for the eyes. There's something about the mechanical with the cable cars. I wonder how he did this ski scene. It all looks like miniatures. The reflection on life and death is beautiful and scary. God, this is so funny. Actually, I just checked, and the ending and the reflection on the end of our period for Europe and his destruction by the war made me think about a play that I saw a few months earlier. And actually I checked, and the play was adapted from a text that the movie was based on. It's funny, it makes me want to read the text even more than before. I finally done it. I'm really happy. I'm glad I did this. I think the voices of the actors that Wes Anderson keep choosing are now part of his universe, as well as from the music that is made by the same person. This one was good. I think we can separate his filmography from the beginning to the Darjeeling Express, and from Fantastic Mr. Fox to the end, in a way that the first part is more realistic on his structure and the second is more like a tale. If I would not be able to choose between Fantastic Mr. Fox, Moonrise Kingdom and the Grand Budapest Hotel for my favorite, I would say that the movie from the Grand Budapest Hotel is the one that touches me the most. Here, the other reflection, other than political and ecological, is the relationship between dogs and humans. And he praises the dog allegiance to his master, and I don't agree, so I'll have to search on that. I would say that it's less effective than Fantastic Mr. Fox, but in a way I feel like it's kind of wanted, because there is more moments of pauses and contemplations. Also, the translation game between Japanese and English takes a lot of place, even if it is made well. Okay, that's it. I've completed the challenge I gave myself to do. I've seen all these movies and I'm really happy I did and glad, because it really brought me a lot of reflections on how to film things. Because Wes Anderson is, in our movie industry, clearly someone that is really inventive in his way to film. So I will try to do that again with another director. And I'll see you next week. Bye.